Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Sam the Man 99, coming at you with another video, and today I will be bringing you some more NFL predictions, this time for Week 11. Last week, I went a perfect 14-0. That's something you'll probably never see here on YouTube. Someone picked 14 perfect games. I picked the 14 teams that I thought would win. At first, I originally picked the Giants, but then I said, fuck it, I'm going 49ers. So it turns out the latter pick helped me go the undefeated last week with the predictions to put my season total at 86-60, so not too shabby at all. But now we're getting into the more important stuff. But first, if your subscribe button is red like the stars in the Titans logo, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It'll be really appreciated. Helps get the channel out there, helps it grow. And also drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed, to let me know you guys want to see more of this content. Now, on to my weekly recap. Don't sleep on the Saints and don't sleep on the Rams. I know the Eagles are 8-1 and coming off a bye, but the Rams and the Saints are the best teams in the NFC. I don't care. Heck, the Rams are the best team in the NFC right now. And this is going to be an exciting playoffs for the NFC. Sean McVay's done a great job there. Sean Payton's turned it around. That Saints defense has been unbelievable. So, that's great to see. And another embarrassment by the Giants. Janoris Jenkins. Guy shouldn't even be playing for the Giants anymore after this year. They should trade him or cut him. I don't care. Either or is fine with me. He represents the name on the jersey, and he's not playing up to par how he should be, and that's what his problem was with the Rams. When he's on a bad team, he just quits. And also, Ben McAdoo saying, well, we have to look at the tape. There's nothing to look at. Say you're embarrassed and be done with it. If I'm the fucking coach of the Giants, I'm fucking screaming on the sideline. McAdoo shows no awareness being a head coach. He shows no emotion. All he says is, we have to look at the fucking tape. Like, come on. Just say, we got embarrassed this week and we got to play better. That's it. That's it. So the Giants' season has been a disaster this year. I don't know what they're going to do. They should fire Reese, McAdoo. They should just clean house and start over. Trade Eli. Start fresh with a quarterback. Maybe see what you have in Davis Webb for next year. They're going to be bad. Maybe take a franchise quarterback if Davis Webb doesn't work out. Fix the offensive line, so on and so forth. So, on to the more important stuff. Now on to the predictions this week. As I said last week, I went 14-0. So, on to the Thursday night game. We have an intriguing one with the Tennessee Titans going to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers, which is the game I am playing right now. Tennessee coming off a home win against Cincinnati, a good win. Pittsburgh barely sneaking out of Indianapolis with a win, which concerns me. Ben Roethlisberger slowly slowing down. But man, oh man, has Juju Smith-Schuster had a year. Oh my goodness. This guy has become one of the top wide receivers these last 5 weeks. He's been terrific for Pittsburgh. And I love his name, too. Oh, my word. I love that name. Juju Smith-Schuster. I love that goddamn name. That name is so cool. So, anyways, guys. Predictions. Thursday Night Football on the road. I know Pittsburgh's at home, but that's what makes predictions fun. You pick the team you don't think will win. So I'm going to pick the Titans over the Steelers on the road. Marcus Mariota is going to lead the Titans in there and come out with a victory in Pittsburgh. So we start off the football Sunday with a shit show, let's just call it. Yeah, this will be my shit show of the week. The Arizona Cardinals and Drew the GOAT Stanton versus Tom Savage. Watson was playing quarterback. But anyway, I don't know who to choose here. The Texans' playoff hopes are slowly slipping away based on the fact that Tom Savage is a quarterback. I think I'll have to take him over Drew Stanton. I mean, really, it's a toss-up at this point. Who's going to win? It is a real toss-up. But if I had to choose one or the other, I'm going to choose Drew Stanton over Tom Savage and take the Cardinals on the road. So we've got, next up, the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Brett Hundley looked better last week. He looked better, which is always good to see. Him looking better makes Mike McCarthy look better. I wasn't impressed with him the first 2 weeks he got the starts, but slowly and slowly I have respected him more, and he has been something relevant. I mean, the Packers are staying relevant in the playoff hunt, and that's why they're going to win at home this week and stay in that playoff hunt and stay in the chase for the NFC North. Speaking of NFC North, our next matchup brings us to the Detroit Lions going to Soldier Field to take on the Bears. The Packers walked into Soldier Field and won last week. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions do the same, and that's why I'm going to take them. Taking the Lions on the road. Now, on to the next matchup. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. The Jaguars barely squeaking out a win in an unreal overtime against the San Diego Superchargers. Whoops, I forgot. They're the Los Angeles Chargers now. Rip San Diego. But anyway, this is going to be my upset of the week. I think this could be a trap game for Jacksonville. They could be looking ahead to who they're playing next, and I think the Cleveland shitheads will finally get their first win of the year this week against the Jaguars. So, moving on, we have the Los Angeles Rams versus the Minnesota Vikings. I'm speechless about this one. All I can say is it's going to be a great game. Rams going to Minnesota, and that's why I think Jared, oh my gosh, is going to walk and waltz right into Minnesota and take a W. That's right, the Rams are winning this one, and they are going to continue this absurdly good streak they are on by winning in Minnesota. So we have the next matchup featuring the horrible Miami Dolphins against the horrible Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Ryan Fitzpatrick. This would be my shit show if it weren't for Drew Stanton versus Tom Savage. I think the Bucs will win this based on, I think they're the better team. Actually, I'm going Dolphins. I'm going with the Dolphins in this one. They've been iffy. I don't see Fitzpatrick winning 2 weeks in a row. I saw him winning last week just because they were playing the Jets. I don't see the Bucs winning again this week, and that's why I'm predicting them to lose on Sunday in Miami. So, moving on, we have the Washington Redskins going to the New Orleans Saints, or should I say the Washington Racists. The Saints are for real, and that's why they're going to win their 8th game in a row this week at home against the Redskins, and you can take this as my lock of the week. Yes, that's right. The Saints are my lock of the week. They are going to win at home against Washington, sending Washington plummeting farther and farther into that NFC East. And they still might have a chance if they lose, but it's unlikely right now. So, moving on to the next matchup, we have the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Chargers. And Nathan Peterman, the kid from Pittsburgh, is making his first career NFL start in this one. I don't know why they made the change. Buffalo's in a playoff hunt. I don't know why Sean McDermott made the change. I don't get it, honestly. I thought Taylor could have used some help last week. I mean, he completed 9 of 18 for 56 yards and a pick, but the whole offense couldn't do anything. They couldn't get the run game going, which can set up the pass game. But anyway, I'm not the head coach. Maybe you see something in Peterman that we all don't. But for the reason Nathan Peterman is starting, I'm going to take the Chargers at home just based on the fact that Peterman is starting. So we're moving on to the second game of the 4 o'clock slates. We have the Denver Broncos, who can't seem to find out who their quarterback is, hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. This should be an awful game. I'm going to take Denver because they're at home, but there's nothing really much to say here other than Denver should take a look at Paxton Lynch when he comes back healthy, see what they got, and see if they need another quarterback in the draft. So, moving on, we have my game of the week from Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, Mexico. The Oakland Raiders are going back there for a second straight year to host the New England Patriots Sunday at 4:25. This is the game you will be tuning into because the Raiders are winning it. They're technically the home team, I would say at home, but they're not really at home. They're at a home away from home, I guess you could say. Yeah. New England will be losing this one to the Raiders, as the Raiders will be keeping themselves alive in the AFC playoff hunt. Now, the next matchup is a 1 o'clock matchup that I totally forgot for a good reason. The New York Giants hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. And oh my, is this going to be an absolute blowout. The Giants may lose by 50 points. I mean, realistically, that's what their loss might be. They might lose by 50 because Travis Kelce is going to catch 4 touchdowns and go for over 200 fucking yards because the Giants can't even cover fucking Garrett Selleck. Oh boy, this season has been a horrible one for the Giants. The worst in my lifetime being a Giant fan since I was born. My dad was a Raider fan, but I chose from day one that I would be a fan of the New York Football Giants. The worst season I've seen from the Giants in my lifetime, and probably their worst season since 1980 before Bill Parcells took over and started running things the right way. But Kansas City's winning by 50. Travis Kelce scoring 4 touchdowns because the Giants can't fucking cover a tight end. Giants are 14-point underdogs at home. I think that's a little generous by Vegas this week. Picking the Giants as only 14-point underdogs at home. KC's going to blow them out of the building. So, moving on to the Sunday night matchup, we have the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the Dallas Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott is not appealing his suspension. He is going to sit with the fact that he beat up a girl like a douchebag. What kind of sick person beats up their girlfriend? What a fucking faggot. Anyway, he's going to face the fact that he did something wrong, which he should have at the beginning of the year, because then Dallas wouldn't be in the situation where they will lose out without him, as evident last week. When they can't get the run game going, they can't score points, so Zeke's that whole entire offense. But if you get my point, yeah, Cowboys are losing. They'll probably go 2-4. Are they 5-4 now? They'll probably go 2-5 the rest of the way without Zeke, which I would expect them to, since they've lost their best player on the offensive side of the ball, their best playmaker, and for that reason, I have Philly winning on the road. So, moving on to the Monday night matchup, we have the Atlanta Falcons going to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. The Battle of the Birds. Which bird will come out on top? I think it will be the Seahawks, because they're at home, and the Falcons are a wishy-washy team. I don't have faith in them winning this game. I think this year they won't make the playoffs. If they lose this week, they might be out of it, because then they'll be 2 games back of the Panthers, and what would they be? If the Saints win, they would be 3.5 back of the Saints. No. Yeah, 3.5 back of the Saints. I don't see them winning this week. I think the 12th man is going to come alive and propel Seattle to a victory this week. So, you've heard it here first. The Seahawks are winning this week. And that, my friends, will wrap it up for this week. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. A like on the video would be appreciated. Also, hit that subscribe button for more content. And as always, stay thirsty, my friends, and peace out. Take care, everybody.